All right, today we're going to tackle a really big fear, this idea that AI is coming for all our jobs. But what if the story we're all being told is, well, more myth than reality? Let's get into it.
So, is AI coming for your job? I mean, this is the question on everyone's mind, right? You see it everywhere, you hear it in conversations. Is some robot or, some fancy algorithm really about to make your job just poof, disappear?
And look, it's no wonder we're all feeling a little anxious. We are just surrounded by this storm of headlines, and they all paint the same pretty bleak picture, A future where human workers are just obsolete.
Okay, so headlines versus hard data. But is that picture really accurate? This is the moment where we need to just hit pause on all the scary headlines and actually look at the hard data. Let's dig into that gap between what we're being told and what's actually happening.
And wow, this quote from Oxford Economics is a huge reality check. It says, despite widespread concern, there's still no evidence that AI is directly eliminating jobs at scale. I mean, that directly contradicts all the panic. Despite all the noise, the research is clear. There's just no hard evidence of AI wiping out jobs on a massive scale. That's a really powerful counterpoint to everything we've been hearing.
Okay, so let's dig into the numbers a little bit more. Take a look at this figure, 4.5%. Now, think about it. Out of all the recent tech layoffs we've heard about, what percentage do you think were actually blamed on AI? This number, it might just surprise you.
All right, so here's what that 4.5% is all about. This chart shows the stated reasons for recent layoffs. And there it is, right there. AI-cited reasons, just 4.5%. Meanwhile, good old-fashioned market and economic conditions? Yeah, they're responsible for 4 times as many job cuts. This really puts the whole AI panic into perspective, doesn't it?
And there's another piece of this puzzle that just doesn't quite fit. Think about it like this. If machines were truly replacing humans left and right, then the amount of stuff we each produce, our productivity, it should be going through the roof, right? But when we look at the actual economic data, productivity growth has been, well, kind of sluggish. The story just doesn't add up.
So, if the layoff numbers and the productivity data don't support this whole panic, then what is AI's real role today? Well, the evidence points to something way more nuanced. It's not really about replacing us, it's more about partnering with us. AI is becoming this incredibly powerful tool that can handle the boring, repetitive tasks, which then frees us humans up to focus on what we do best. Creative problem-solving, strategic thinking, and actually building relationships.
All right, a convenient scapegoat. This really brings us to the central idea of this whole explainer. If the data doesn't back up the panic, then why is AI taking all the heat? We're about to explore this idea of AI as a very convenient, very modern-day scapegoat.
So, what exactly is a scapegoat? Let's just be super clear on what we mean. It's a person, or in this case, a thing, that gets blamed for the wrongdoings, mistakes, or faults of others. Now, let's see how this idea fits AI like a glove. And wow, this slide just lays out the whole playbook perfectly. On one side, you've got the public-facing, super innovative-sounding excuse, AI-driven restructuring. But then, on the other side, you have the real and often messier business reasons. Just plain old cost-cutting, low profits, maybe they hired way too many people, or the company's just making a big strategy shift.
So why blame the bot? Well, the incentives are surprisingly powerful. I mean, think about it. For a company, it sounds a whole lot better to say you're restructuring for an AI-powered future than it does to say, oops, we missed our quarterly earnings. It totally deflects responsibility from leadership. And for investors, it signals innovation, not financial trouble.
A smarter path forward. Okay, so we've kind of taken apart the myth. But listen, this is not about being anti-AI. Not at all. It's about being smart. So let's talk about a better path forward. One that balances this amazing new technology with invaluable human talent.
So what does that smart path look like? The sources point to a pretty clear 3-step approach. First, the focus should be on automating the boring, repetitive tasks, not getting rid of entire roles. It's all about augmentation, not replacement. Step 2, you've got to invest in your people. Train them up so they can actually use these new tools effectively. And third, and this one is absolutely crucial, be transparent. Talk openly about how AI fits into the company's long-term vision. That's how you build trust.
Because ultimately, the goal isn't to fight technology. I mean, that's impossible, right? The goal is to use it in a way that makes the company more competitive while also supporting your workforce and being transparent about it. It's a balancing act for sure, and transparency is the key that makes it all work.
All right, so as we start to wrap this up, let's bring it all back to where we started.
The bottom line is this. Fear is understandable, but facts are essential. The anxiety around AI and jobs, it's real, and it's totally understandable. But when we're facing a shift this massive, it is absolutely essential to ground ourselves in the facts, not in the fear.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Is AI a job killer, or is it just a new excuse? Is it truly the revolutionary job killer that we're told it is, or is it just the most sophisticated excuse of the 21st century for the same old business decisions? The next time you see one of those scary headlines, you'll have a much better framework to decide for yourself.